Okay, good morning, everybody. Grand Rising. Oh my gosh, what a day. Holy moly. Wow, that was really cool. Wow, that was just really cool. I just had the coolest experience on this end. When I went to start my TikTok, it did like this weird silhouette, but it was so Archangel Michael, which is so on point with today. It was just like so cool. That was just so awesome. Grand Rising, everybody. Grand Rising. My beautiful sister Kelly Jones in the house. Thank you for being here, sister. Hello. Well, welcome and thank you for being here. If you're new, welcome. I'm Earth Angel Jamaica. It is a blessing and an honor to have you here in this place, space, and time. This is where we come together, setting our intention to nourish ourselves, focusing on the art of self-care. We look at prosperity and 4 spiritual laws that are connected to prosperity, which are tithing, forgiveness, goals, and life purpose. Today, we're talking about our goals because we're on Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. We're getting into some animal vibes. We're talking about the different energies that different animals can bring, different messages that they can carry for us. Grand Rising, my beautiful sister Leanne. Thank you so much, sister, for helping me to share over a Native Prince this morning about tonight's meditation. That was fabulous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, let me go grab my coffee. I'll be right back. I was in the midst of brewing and I forgot to go grab it. I'll be right back. Hold the thoughts. I must have coffee. I don't think I need caffeine per se. I'll tell you that. At least not in the moment. Which is interesting because usually on the full moons, right, I'm usually conked out, but I slept well last night, but not like normal. Hello, hello, hello. See, that's better. We got to have a little coffee in there, get a little coffee going. Thank you for hitting those likes and everything over there on TikTok to get the algorithm, helps get more people in. That's so great. Thank you. All right, guys. So here we are. We are on the full moon in October. First off, I got to send a shout out to my little nephew, Jasper. Oh, my little Jaspy, I love you. Happy birthday, Jasper. He is 1 year old today. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. Angela, yay, I'm so happy to have you back, sister. Welcome back. We are sending you so much love and light. I hope that you are recovering well and still holding you in that most beautiful light, sister, with everything. I know we've got to talk a little bit, but we love having your energy here with us. Thank you so much. So you guys, this is an exciting day, really. It is. Like you feel the energy. There's a cool vibe. It is the full moon. We're going to talk a little bit, like I said, we're going into today, we're talking about our goals. We're going to talk about some animal vibes, but we're also going to talk a little bit about this full moon energy and what this day, we're about learning tools on here, right? Nourishing ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, and understanding the energies of the universe. If we start to quote one of my favorite, Nikki Tesla, if we want to understand the secrets of the universe, start to think in terms of frequency, vibration, and energy. So when we switch over to that type of that opening our minds up and thinking in the energy, the frequency, the vibration, we start to understand when we master our energies, we can start to learn the universal energies around us and use those as tools to help us along our journey. And so today is the full moon, the hunter's moon, right? The full moon. And full moons assist us with pulling that energy, releasing, letting go. Full moons are all about the letting go of. Okay. And so here we are in this hunter's full moon. So it's about letting go. I'm going to pull up my notes. I have a cheat sheet. I did a cheat sheet today because you know me. So the reason it's called the hunter's moon. Okay. And FYI, I just got dinged in Facebook again. So if I get, if you can't hear me or something happens over there, please come over and join the YouTube. It seems like YouTube is flowing without any issues, or TikTok. Thank you, TikTok goes without any issues. The YouTube is in the link, so you can just click on that and go right in if you're on Facebook to the link there. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe because we don't have any trouble over there. It seems like we go without any issues. Hint, hint, Facebook. Come on now. All right, guys. So this full moon, this is the end of the harvest season, right? Which brings us into a time of reflection and looking back at the things that we've accomplished. Look at the things that we grew this year. What did your garden produce this year? What kind of seeds did you plant back in the spring? And through this summer, what kind of harvest have you had? What kind of movement? And this is so perfect because, again, we're talking about our goals. And when we're talking about prosperity in life, this is why goals are so important. Hi, sister. I'm so glad you're here. Because life is all about movement, right? Life, the universe, if you look at even the universe, is always in constant motion, constant growth, constant momentum forward. Nothing is ever staying still. Right. And so that's why when we look at the energies around us, the universe, we understand this is how we operate as well. Right. We're always moving, we're growing. Our thoughts, we talk about this, right? Our emotions, our thoughts, our ideas, our beliefs, these are seeds that we are planting along the way. And then we're harvesting, right? So now we're in this harvesting season. So looking on a spiritual point of view, that's what we focus on here, the art of self-care, coming in and looking at ourselves. What are some of these things that, what does this look like? This is the goals. Let's look back at what were some of the goals that you set back 6 months ago, a month ago, even. We don't have to go that far, even a month ago. That's the nice thing with the full moon and the new moon is it's a 30-day cycle. We can reevaluate. That's those short-term goals we're talking about, always focusing on, right? It's important to have short-term goals and these long-term goals. So we can look back 6 months ago at the shift when the spring came and we planted some seeds and we set some of those intentions. I know a lot of us in this group back in the spring, we were setting intentions to let go, release. We were working on manifesting. This was a very powerful cycle through this 6 months of manifesting things, right? So what are these accomplishments that you have had? Look at your goals, where you were. What can we cross off that list and reevaluate and start adding to our list, right? Because our list should always be growing. We're never going to accomplish our goals if we're doing this correctly, because we're always going to be shifting into new ones. Sweetheart, hang out here. If you have been guided here, the universe is conspiring for you and you will hear something for you. This is a general reading kind of for everybody, a general hangout session. So all right, so the hunter moon derives its name from the hunting that was done during this time of year. It's the time of the rut for deer and elk, which means the mating season. And game are currently well nourished at this time. So they've been through the summer. They've harvested. They're getting ready to come into this winter, right? So they're plumped up and they're ready, preparing for these icy cold days and nights. So the meaning, whether you're celebrating it on the harvest or the hunter's moon. So when we move into this October, again, when we come into this fall equinox time, this energy starts to shift and starts to help us to prepare for this season in our lives as well. These are tools we use to prepare ourselves for our energies and what's happening around us, right? So the spiritual meaning is focused on doing internal work and self-reflection, that hibernation time, reflecting, right? We're beginning the dark half of the year. Accept and welcome the darkness with open arms and spirit. It's a moment to look back into history, to our ancestors and the lessons they can teach us. Before industrialism, people focused on harvesting and preparing for the coming winter. Failure to do so meant facing one's own death or mortality. So these were important, right? It was important to take this time and do this. Well, now on a spiritual level, this is very important for us to take this time on this spiritual level, go within and do this work. This is that shadow work time, right? The shadows. It's a wonderful time for gratitude and appreciation for nature, what nature has given us. You can feel the magical energy in the air right now as the veil grows thin and the ability to communicate with our ancestors and our loved ones increase. Because we get quiet, we come into this hibernation, we're able to hear and communicate, that veil's thinner. This is a huge opportunity this moon for spiritual growth and for goal setting. Divine timing with what we talk about, right? I didn't plan that. I didn't know that this was going to fall on a Wednesday 2 years ago when we started this, right? No idea. All right, so some other alternative names you may hear this moon called is the blood moon, the hunting moon, the leaf falling moon, the moon, the birds fly south, moon when the wind shakes off leaves, rutting moon, and changing season moon. The colors associated with this moon. So if you're wanting to do color therapy during today to help you out with some of this reflection, things you can bring in to assist with this would be ruby red, dark purple, black, burnt orange, silver, deep navy blue, and gold. And then crystals to use to help assist with this releasing, letting go, doing some of this shadow work, right? Would be the amethyst, the black tourmaline, the quartz, obsidian, moonstone, bloodstone, and carnelian. Yes, write those goals out. Exactly. It's time. Pen to paper is very powerful when we sit and we start really, putting pen to paper is powerful when we see our goals down on paper. It gives life to it, right? It gives a vibration, a frequency to it. So it is very important that we do this. Also with the things we want to release. This is the moon energy, right? With full moons. And I highly recommend you guys take the time today to sit and do this evaluation of the 6 months, and then really look at, again, what are some of these things maybe that you're ready to re-release. As we reevaluate, we get new perspective. We get new ideas of 6 months ago, I didn't even realize that was a challenge, but doing this work and planting these seeds, I've now spiritually gone into this, and I see it's time for me to maybe let go of that belief now. There's some of these. This is why that goal setting is important to reevaluate. Take the time and write this stuff down. Write it out and use this energy tonight to assist you in releasing it and letting it go. One of my favorite ceremonies is a burn ceremony. That's absolutely hands down my favorite way to do this work. Is I will write on the left-hand side of the paper the things I want to release. And on the right hand, I'm very careful to write the emotion, the feeling that I want, not necessarily people, place, or thing, but the vibration that I want to replace it with. So, if I'm cutting out, I let go of a certain fearful relationship, a relationship that causes a lot of fear. Well, I want to replace that. So as I'm letting that go, I'm cutting the ties, the emotion to that relationship. I want to make sure I don't reintroduce that back in, because that's what I'm used to having in that space. And we're really good at replacing energy with the same energy, right? So on the other side of the paper, I will put loving, secure, loving, embracing relationships in all of my relationships, for instance, right? That type of energy, a shift of what you want to get rid of, what you want to replace it with. You cut that paper in half and you burn the half that you're getting rid of, and you hold on to that part that you do want to replace it with. So again, the power, you can visualize, you can see what it is that your energy is, so that when this wonky energy does start to come at you, you're like, I'm not picking that back up. That's old stuff I let go of. I already let you go. I'm not picking you up. We're not doing that. I'm replacing it with this side, the thing that I said I want to replace it with. Okay. The power of our intention, you guys, we are so powerful. And this moon's about cutting cords. This really literally is about cutting that energy, cutting cords, which I love it. Archangel Michael is one of the most powerful. Well, all the archangels are super powerful, so I don't want to say one of the most powerful. He's one of my go-to main guys, one of the main archangels that I work with frequently, and he's all about cutting cords. That is one of his main specialties, is cutting cords, releasing, letting go. We are doing a group meditation tonight with Archangel Michael at 6:00. If you're interested in joining that, there still are a few more seats left. You can go over to the website, earthangelsheavensent.godaddysites.com. It's pinned in the comments here on Facebook and YouTube also, and it is in the link on TikTok. But the group session, we're going to do some cord cutting. But if you're not able to make that, or the groups aren't your thing, really, that's the cool thing about Archangel Michael and all the archangels is they are what's called omnipresent, which means they're able to be with every one of us simultaneously like that and work with us like that. And it's not taking away. It's like, oh, sorry, I can't come work with you because I'm scheduled to work with Jamaica at 6. Sorry. No, Michael's going to be working with like a billions, everybody at the same time, right? That's the cool thing about the archangels, that they can do that. It's just us calling upon them and asking them. They won't interfere because they honor our free will choice. But if we call on them and ask for their assistance, oh man, the power that we hold in just that, just again, setting our intention and asking is amazing. So that's something else you can practice if you can't join us. Practice that tonight, just going into a meditation and sitting with Michael and asking him to cut the cords and release and let go, replacing with positive, good vibes, wrapping you in his beautiful cape, and just holding you in that loving space. And you'd be so amazed at what could happen, right? The root chakra, we know I need that, right? We all need, let me tell you, when it comes to energy work, I promise you, there is never, again, energy is always in movement. Things are always shifting. There is no goal. There's no end. You can be so perfectly in alignment today and just so beaming and on top of the world and wake up in the morning and something has filtered in there ready for us to, another challenge in there to help us to, but that's part of our growing, right? That's the ability to grow. That's part of the whole deal. It's so fun. So I can honor to use my gifts are given. Miss Cherry says, I want to be with you for tonight so I can honor to use my gifts are given to me. Amen. It's going to be again, Michael is super powerful all on his own, period. We're very powerful. We can get these same results, the same things. I'm not, it does. It's just the way it is. That's the most beautiful thing. But when we come together as a group in any type of setting intention and doing meditations and doing work as a group as a whole, the energy level is just a whole nother ball game. It's so beautiful. It's always for the highest good for everyone. It's just beautiful. I'm excited. I'm very excited about it this evening. So with that being said, let's just take a few minutes and do a quick little meditation. We're just going to take literally a quick 2-3 minutes, just do some little breath work, because the one thing, Miss Pauline, I got to address this really quick. She just said, I need him on speed dial this week. Miss Pauline, you have him on speed dial, my love. You already have him on it. Boom. Hit the button. Michael, literally, it's so simple as Archangel Michael. Okay, step in. And then this is why we're going to practice this meditation work, right? Because this is how we come into being open to receive. We have to come still and quiet. We have to come within. We have to practice this tool of learning how to come within and use our breath to become still, so that we can, whether we do this or not, Michael's going to jump in and help. But it's to our advantage if we can come still. Well, we're going to receive this information a lot easier and a lot better if we're open and receptive to it. And we come out of the challenge, whatever it may be, that we're needing Michael for, and we come into peace. All of a sudden, we shift the energy for ourselves and the whole situation. And then we invite Michael in and then talk about, again, the powerhouse, right? More than one. Then it's like, boom. So if you have a moment and you are not driving or in a situation, if you're not working or something like that, where you're going to get yourself into a situation for participating with us, please don't do that, but just listen in. We're going to do a quick little guided meditation. Like I said, just practicing. I love to share with you guys, and I love to learn on here as well about the tools that we have available to us to assist us in this art of self-care. And my favorite tool to date is as the thing we all have available to us, and that is the power of breath work. If you have a physical body and you're here, you're doing breath work. We all can do that anywhere, no matter what, right? And the power of our intention and our meditation, just going within, and the silence and setting the intention. So sit back for just a moment, relax in your chair, close your eyes if you can. Again, if you're not in a situation you can't do that, then just please listen along. And this is something you can come back and practice when you are able. But you can still practice the breath work even while we're aware and consciously doing other things. We are skilled in that way that we can do more than one thing. We can multitask as humans, right? So we can sit even at a computer or in a conversation and we can still think to ourselves, okay, I'm going to breathe in calm. I'm breathing in calm right now. I'm exhaling calm. And if we can take that moment and close our eyes. We can just relax into our body, allowing that breath to breathe us inward, into our heart center, filling our chest. And as we exhale, we soften. Feel the softening, the releasing. We feel the tension let go. And as we breathe in, we inhale, we feel that oxygen, that life force energy just bringing life to each cell of our body. And as we exhale, we're releasing, again, that softening. We feel that peace and that calm instantly coming over us. And we can just take a moment and breathe in that golden light, imagining that breath as that warmth, the beauty, the golden peace. And as we exhale, we feel that golden warmth just soften, relax us. We can inhale light and we exhale light. We inhale love, we exhale love. We inhale peace, we exhale peace. And just allowing that breath to bring us in, and then slowly just being right back here into this body. Like I said, just a quick little meditation this morning to just show you how easy it is for us to get our balance and to hit that speed dial, right? Speed dial, Archangel Michael, I need your help right now. I'm breathing in peace. I'm breathing out peace. I'm breathing in love. I'm breathing out love, right? These are things we are so powerful. We're so powerful. So I hope that helps y'all this morning get started. I was thinking this morning, I was reading an article that there's some schools in Sweden that is how they handle the kiddos when they are having trouble at school, if they're having behavior issues. It's not they get in trouble, they're not in trouble, but they get to go into meditation. They get to go to meditation in quiet corner, quiet time. There's the princess. Um, and they teach them breathing techniques just like that, how to breathe, how to go within, how to come within your calm, how to get quiet, how to be in touch with your emotion, understand what is it in this minute that is, why what is this, let's come in this calm. What a beautiful world. Imagine if we all practice just that one tool. Yeah, that was the Snoop Dogg, or not Snoop Dogg, the princess. She heard something outside. It's a rainy day. They both all been sleeping in until just now, if you can believe that, right? So, yes, that would be amazing if they did that here, right? I really think that again, this morning it came to me in my meditation about like really figuring out a way to work with our schools and starting to introduce some of these things that, what are the, what's the worst that could happen if we taught the kids, instead of, oh, you're in trouble and you're doing bad and you're doing wrong, if we taught them to sit and to breathe and to connect, and the magic would just be, it works with us adults. Imagine if we could have picked this up many years ago. Anyway, It's all divine, though. It's all divine, right? That's why us adults are here now, laying down the path so that we can pass this down. We can teach our little ones, It's a whole new perspective. My parents didn't have this perspective to really teach me because it wasn't really as widespread as it is today. The consciousness, the collective consciousness haven't shifted the way it is today. So, all right, guys. So today, hi, Teddy, over in the TikTok. Thank you for being here. And Teddy and Mike, excuse me. And Teddy's over in the Facebook and the YouTube, always moderating for me. Thank you so much, Teddy. Colin texted me when he was at recess and said he took the time to meditate and center and then went. Your Colin is so precious. I had the beautiful honor of getting to spend some time with him in Cub Camp this summer, guys. Wow. That, you know what? My heart just went, oh my goodness, right? And let out his crazy energies. This is her little man. He's like, what, 9, 10, 11 in there? 12-ish maybe? What is he? Somewhere in that. What a powerful tool. And right when one kiddo, right? And look at, he's 11. Okay, thank you. When one kiddo, what a beautiful, powerful number, 211. That's so cool. The ripple effects that will have in that playground. We might not be able to teach it in the schools, but as parents is home and we're learning to do this, and some of us, the grandparents, I'm a grandma, I'm teaching my granddaughter the breath and, how to do some of it, my nieces, my nephews, right? This stuff is trickling down to them. It is. And it is going to shift this world. And that's why it's so important when we talk about our life purpose and coming into our life purpose. I'm such a strong advocate for our life purpose is you're it. And it's understanding who you are. And we have to come within and understand what our passions are. We each carry our own little energies, our own little combination. We have a little sprinkle of this and a little sprinkle of that and a dash of this. And when it comes to our energies, right? And it's important for us we don't know what what our recipe is until we go within and really understand our energies. It's so cool. Okay. I'm getting sidetracked again. And yes, Jamaica is a grandma. I sure am. She's 11 too. My granddaughter is 11 and she's just the joy of my life. One of my greatest joys. She's one of my greatest accomplishments. I wish I could take credit. I really know I don't get to. It's all spirit, right? One of Spirit's greatest accomplishments, in my opinion. She is. Oh, Cherry says, you are hitting on something that my roommate has a 5-year-old that was just diagnosed with ADHD and ODD. And she is saying, I don't know what to do anymore. I can't work because the school calls all the time. She was sitting on the couch a few minutes ago. She was crying. We both are crying because she doesn't know how to. Oh, sweet baby. Oh, I feel your energy right now. Okay. So how old is she? 5 years old. If Mama Bear's ever open to doing a session with me with kiddo, with the 3 of us on a Zoom call, and I love working with the kids. I got to, like I said, I did a little Cub Camp with the kiddos, and we worked with 5 to, let's see, our youngest was 4. And our oldest, I think, was 14. And I love connecting with the kids. It's so fun. And I love teaching them about a little sacred space that they can go to. And I'll tell you, I'm a believer that, I just believe that our kids I don't believe in the labels. Let's just say that I'm not a labeler. I think that it's about us understanding that we're all individual and how we operate and learning to honor that. And I know in our school systems, they just don't honor that the way they're taught to put everybody in a box. And if you don't fit in this box, then we got to put a label on you and put you here and there. And it's ridiculous because almost every kid I know now has a label of ADHD. So what I'm saying to me is like, I think that maybe it's the adults that have the problem. This is just me. I'm getting on a rant, but I'm going to say it. I think the adults, and I'm not saying the parents and this, but like, I'm not being pick on, but the attention deficit, right? Okay. It's because we're not paying attention to how to work with them in these unique ways. It's we have to go within and start shifting and understanding and teaching them these new ways to communicate. So I hope that makes sense. I didn't want that to go off like I'm not picking on like, oh, it's the parents' fault, it's this fault. It's our I'm saying that I think in the school systems especially, like the parents, we understand more, right, how to deal with our kiddos, and so we do it at home, but then they go to these schools and they're expected to fit into this box, and that's not, it's just not the way they operate. I had the same problem. I did not fit into school for nothing. And it made me believe I didn't like to learn and that I hated school. And it took me until well into my adulthood, into my 30s, to understand that I love to learn and that I learn the way I learn because I have dyslexia. And I used to look at it as a challenge, as an issue, right? But what I see now is it's my gift. It's my gift because the thing that I used to resist the most is the thing that makes me unique in who I am and how I learn, right? So it's about going within. And you know who taught that to me? You know who discovered I had dyslexia? I went my entire life through school. I was in the 10th grade and it was an art teacher. Art teacher. Not my reading, English teacher. None of those people that, again, kept putting me in the box and labeling me. They labeled me as lazy. I didn't want to try. I was a rebel. I was disruptive. Right? Because I didn't take the time. My art teacher took the time to pay attention one day and said, Jamaica, why do you do that? She noticed I wrote in cursive all the time and I didn't print. And I told her, well, because my letters go backwards if I print. It's the only way it flows. And she said, there's this thing called dyslexia. And she explained it to me. And I'll tell you something, magic happened in that moment for me personally, because as soon as I understood I wasn't broken, because all of a sudden when she's like, oh, the other people have this, and there's a name for it, dyslexia, there's a label, right? But the name, and you're not the only one. I wasn't lazy and all of those things. It now all made sense. And then all of a sudden my level of how I learned and the way I learned shifted like that. So that's what I'm talking about. I think it's time for us to go within and pay attention to our kiddos and start coming into contact with them, because they, yeah. Okay. I'm so getting sidetracked. I'm sorry, guys. It's the energy. Colin writes, okay, let's see. She said, it does to me. They wanted Colin on ADHD meds, and we didn't agree with that. Colin writes some of his words or letters backwards. So it's the same stuff. So that just, okay. Again, it just makes my heart so warm to hear. If I would have known, I didn't even know meditation was a tool. Like honest to God, I didn't hear of meditation until I was in my 20s, maybe even my 30s. I mean, probably 20s. And I'm sure 20s I heard about meditation, right? So Jessica says, that's crazy about cursive writing. I still can't print. I see the same thing in my daughter. Yeah, it was a very interesting thing, cursive writing, because there's something about the brain, the way she explained it to me, the brain and the flow, which I find interesting. We are about things being in the flow. We can't have it broke up. We have to have a constant flow. And when we're in the flow, we're in a rhythm. We're like, boo, 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 boo. That's the way we cruise, right? But if we have to stop and we break it up into, our brains don't function that way. And so when it does, it transmutes letters and things. It just takes it to a different, it's very interesting the way our brains work, right? And that's not broken. That's a gift. It's a gift. And I'm also going to say, I'm a big, okay. I'm getting sidetracked and we are at 9:06. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop. I also can't read numbers if there is a long bunch of numbers. They jump all over. Me too. And they go backwards. Oh, Miss Summer, I just seen your comment. Oh, my sister Summer in the house. Thank you for popping in, sister. Okay. Okay, really. For reals. Y'all feeling my energy today? The moon is full. Ow! Come back grounded, Jamaica. Breathe in calm. Breathe out calm. We're going to get back on track here. We're talking about vibes. I don't say the M word because Facebook doesn't like the M word. If you guys are wondering what's happening, there's a fly going across my screen there. The M word, so I replace it with vibes. Okay, the M word, replace it with vibes. And today, yes, if you go ahead, Jessica, no worries. At the end, remind me, okay? And I will totally answer a question for you. Because we're talking about the energy, yesterday we talked about the deer. Today, with it being the hunter's moon, buck came in as well for us to talk about the buck moon or the buck energy. Or the elk, excuse me, not the buck, the elk. So today we are talking about the elk stamina. Oh, my beautiful sister, Tanya General in the house. Thank you for being here, sister. Hello, hello. My beautiful Roberta, just in time. Thank you for being here, sister. It's good to see you. All right, here we go, guys. Elk wandered through the forest looking for a partner. The mating season was in full swing, and the bucks that usually traveled with the other males had dispersed to find mates for the season. As Elk bellowed his mating call through the forest, his bugling alerted the mountain lion that a feast could be in the making. Mountain lion circled Elk, getting closer to his prey moment by moment. Elk sensed the impending danger when the forest suddenly grew silent. He broke for the high country when he spotted his pursuer, but Mountain Lion was far behind. As Elk made a running leap for the timberline, Mountain Lion gained on him, but Elk continued to run onward, displaying tremendous stamina. Finally, Mountain Lion gave up, having spent his energy in spurts as he tried to jump over boulders to reach Elk. Elk paced himself, making headway as he climbed skyward towards the high country. Elk had no other defense except his ability to go the distance, setting a pace that allowed him to utilize his stamina and energy to the fullest. Elk 5 teaches that pacing yourself will increase your stamina. Elk vibe people may not be the first ones to arrive at a goal, but they always arrive without getting burned out. If you have taken on too much recently, it might be a good time to look at how to plan to finish what you have started without ending up in the hospital. Elk have a curious kind of warrior energy because, except at mating time, they honor the company of their own gender. They can call on the vibe of brotherhood or sisterhood. In discovering the strength which is gained from loving the gender that is your own, you will feel the camaraderie that arises from similarity of experience. This is a special vibe that allows the friendship of others of your same sex to overcome potential complication or jealousy. If you have picked Elk Vibe, you may be telling yourself to seek the company of your own gender for a while. You may need a support group, to align yourself with the stamina of the warrior or warrioress energy that you are a part of. This communication with others of your own sex allows you to air your feelings in safety and to get back from others who have had the same experience. You may need a new sense of community, communication in unity. Elk could also be telling you to look at how you are holding up physically to the stresses in your life and to pace yourself so that you maintain an equilibrium of energy over the distance you plan to cover. Vitamins or high energy foods may be one solution, along with some personal quiet time for replenishment. Boom! Yesterday we seen deer in the yard along with the animal for the day. How's that? Boom! Here's a sign. Here's the universe divinely conspiring just for you, Miss Leanne. Right? I love the way this works. I just love the way spirit just gets in there and weaves this and weaves that and brings this together and right? It blows my mind on a daily basis, and I promise you guys I love that. I know that'll never end because I pray daily for that to be. That's part of my daily prayer is just let me be in awe. Let me just stay in awe. Let me just kick back and let this unfold because holy cow, there's no way I could plan it so good. There's no way. All I do is get in the way if I were to try. Promise you. All right, guys, so let's move into our food for thought because we are running out of time, and I like to share with you guys, right? To quote Wayne Dyer, change your thinking, change your life. It's all about looking at our thought patterns, right? This is another one of our tools. What are we feeding? What are the thought patterns? Looking at these goals. I like to share part of my spiritual practice is a guide for spiritual living, Science and Mind magazine. This is a great little magazine that just has food for thought from different mystics, poets, ministers, reverends, leaders, just a whole variety, comic books. It's always just positive, good energy. And today it is from Epictetus. That's why I started putting it on the screen over here on Facebook. Right action. Say what you would be, then get to work. And again, I love how on point this always is with what we were talking about. We're talking about goals today. Our goals. Say what you would be, then get to work. Set that intention, then let the universe give you the blueprint. Some of your most carefully thought out and diligently carried out physical activities may seem for a time being to fail in promoting your desired good. Do not judge too quickly. It may be a step forward to fulfillment of those unseen processes which are being carried on, which will eventually bring to pass what it wanted. No hasty judgment should be made as to the effectiveness or non-effectiveness of what you have done. Back of it all, there must be a calm assurance that right action is manifesting in the events as they occur for you, believingly and specifically have declared your acceptance of it. Rather that right action be in your own efforts, the work of others, or any one of 100 different events, contacts, influences, or circumstances. It does not matter. You can be certain that what is right is what is being done. It is a definite process extending through the steps of intellectual understanding of spiritual law, emotional conviction that the chosen good is truly yours. The oral declaration of it, to fasten it firmly in your consciousness, is the final acknowledgement that it is established as the law of your experience. There is also spiritual realization that everything shall conform to law and order, and that nothing can keep your good from being developed in the right way and delivered to you. There always must be physical activity on your part which shall round out the complete procedure. This is the combination of faith and works that guarantees success. Boom. I'm just saying, goals, Hunter Moon, track down those shadows, release, let go, resentment, anger, fear, any emotion, regret, the things we don't want. We are letting them go. That is that faith without works, right? Faith that we can bring this stuff to the surface and we can let it go. We don't have to look at where it went. We don't have to look at how, what, when, where, how. We just have to know that we can let it go, release it, have faith. Take the action to let go of the rope, let go of the cord, cut the cords. Take the action to set the intention, to hunt within. Go within and hunt your shadows. Shine the light upon them. Let them go. Whew, this is powerful stuff today, man. I'm telling you, the power today. So our affirmation for the day is, I am one with the intelligence and perfection that is back of everything. That same energy that's working in everything in divine right action, no matter what, is the exact energy that's working within you right now. There's not a spot where God is not. I am one with the intelligence and perfection that is back of everything. Boom. Whew. Strong stuff today. I love it. I love it. So on point. So on point. All right, let's see here. I want to be one that's doing reading, but it's like strange fright going live on camera. Yet I used to dance and learn to be shy, but my readings will be intuitive. These are part of those Cherry. Literally, as I was reading that for you, sweetheart, I could see like the seed planted, right? Right? That seed's planted. You're saying, I want to be the one doing these readings. I want to do this. I know I can do this. You've planted that seed, right? And when you're ready, as you've set that intention and you're spiritually growing and you're setting the intent, do the shadow work to what is it, right? Set that intention tonight, today, to cut the cords of fear that are holding you back so that you can step into the light. And literally, I see that shell breaking off of that seed and you being able to grow. This is that action. The faith without works. This is the work. Set the intention, which you did. Use it to cut. You can cut that cord. You can step into being on the camera. You can do that. Right? Exactly. Use this power. Use this energy today. All right. Teddy said, I saw 7 crows or ravens flying in the air from a tree to tree while I was feeding my cats this morning. Your messages, Teddy. See? Caca. This is my take on schools dealing with labels in their air quote kids. I think Oh, monkey see, monkey do. Sorry, I missed a thing back there. If I get us started back on the schools, I'm not ignoring your comment, Teddy. But if I go backwards, I will go backwards. So I'm not going to go backwards to that. We're going to move forward because I will get on a tangent with the kids in schools. I just have such a passion for the kiddos and the new world, the new way. I see our kids learning the new way and our kids creating that new world where I would like to create in my healing center. One of my dreams that is becoming a reality is a homeschool where we have an entire garden set up with where we harvest and get all of our food from. And it being basically a living school, in life school, where we gather in the mornings, and having the kitchen actually set up to where the kids can mostly do most of their like collecting of like picking their own foods, creating their own breakfast, but doing it based on them learning about the food and the nutrition and how it actually fuels the body, not just because, oh, this tastes good and oh, I want that. No, I'm just filling my tummy, but using just right from the get, like them coming into class, into the learning and making their breakfast is the start of the learning. That would be, covering the fruits, the vegetables. You could do math. You're covering math in there when they're learning how to measure out, this amount to make this recipe for this or that. You're right. So that's all covered. Plus it's group. Everyone's coming together. They're sharing, cooking. You get to share, open up where you're at, with your day, how things are going. And then allowing the kids to kind of collectively choose, like, okay, we have all these subjects we're going to be covering this in this period, this month. These are the things we're covering and going to be learning about. What is it collectively today you guys feel like you're wanting to learn and bring in, right? Think about that. If you to me, at least I see like, wow, like, oh, I get to choose and pick, and it's like, I just see this as and teaching the cooperation, teaching to collectively again go within, listen to ourselves, our intuition, how to work in a group. Same thing with our lunch, and then letting them actually like grow the vegetables, learning how to farm. You learn chemistry because you can learn the pH, you learn all about the soils. Like there's so much um so many different fun ways we could change our learning system. I have it all plotted out. If the world would just listen to Jamaica, that'll just be fine. Just kidding. Oh, I want to move into a community, but I'm afraid to take the kids away from everything they know. I hear you, Jessica. And I want a community to where, like, wouldn't it be cool if that was just the norm? Like, right? And to where there were a lot of kids that could come and it was the norm. I hear what you're saying. I do. But I think that it's a phase, and that's part of what this it's slowly phasing in this next generations through things, because the norm isn't working anymore for a lot of the kids as well, right? From what they know, that normal, the quote normal, is it just isn't working. So sometimes we have to be the leaders of that pack in different ways, but it doesn't mean we have to go to super extremes, even starting with practicing the meditation with the kids and teaching them some ways within what they know to do things a little differently is very powerful. Very powerful. All right. Yes, that would make a lot of sense. People be shy and not wanting to be on camera, but myself and Sherry. Right? Exactly. Everyone has their own thing, their own. This is why it's important again to know what our passion is, right? Because when we're in that passion, then we're in that vibration. We change our whole thinking even around the whole work situation, because if you're doing what you love, you will never work another day in your life, I promise you. And there is not a reason that every single person on this planet should be working in something they don't want to do. There really isn't. There is no reason anyone should be doing things they don't want to do. It's totally against what our divine birthright of prosperity to be here and being who we are. It's completely living outside of ourselves based on other people telling us we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to do this. We are here to understand our life purpose, who we are, those passions, those desires. They're there for a reason. Again, if you do what you love, you'll never be working. It's a total different vibe frequency. And it doesn't mean things wouldn't get done, because people love doing a lot of these things. My grandma loved laundry. I hated laundry. I swear to you, my grandma loved it. She absolutely, and it was her meditation time, right? So it's not like things wouldn't get done in this world. If we were all able to do the things we want and enjoy, they would. Okay, I'm totally sidetracked again today, right? I hear you, Jessica. I hear you, right? And that's an old belief system, an old paradigm that we were raised in and brought up around, that we do have locked into ourselves as a belief. And so we hold ourselves in that. But when we start to change our belief and understand that, you know what? You don't have to be locked into that. You don't. You do not have to be locked into that. Start shifting, you're changing your thoughts, and things will start to shift around you as well. I would suggest to you, even Jessica, use this full moon, Archangel Michael, to cut the ties of poverty. Sever any vows of poverty that you have made in this lifetime or any other. Knowingly, consciously, or unconsciously, you are setting the intentions to sever the ties to any vows of poverty that you have made in this lifetime or any other. We even got that card this week. I think it came in yesterday or the day before, somewhere. Yesterday, I think it might have been. And call upon Archangel Michael to use his sword to cut those, right? To cut those. And then, sweetie, I'm hearing this so loud for you. What I want you to do, there's a homework for you. This is that faith that works, faith without works, okay? This is a process you need to go through with changing your belief system, okay? Look up the word prosperity and look up the word poverty, the definition. And then I want you to look at the words that are similar to it, okay? Similar to it. And then you look at those words and you look at your thought pattern. Look at the thought, look at your thoughts and where these words fit in over here in the poverty, how you talk to yourself, how, and not say, again, just go it like, yes, these may be, I'm not to take away that this is the reality that's happening to you right now, right? It is happening right now. That's okay. But looking at those poverty, we're like, okay, this is what, because we're locked into this. And then look at the prosperity, the words associated to prosperity. And just with affirmations and how you talk to yourself first and the way you speak out loud, start to pay attention to the self-talk and the words that you use. So instead of basics needs is all I'm accomplishing, instead of affirming that to the universe, I'm going to challenge you to say, I know that the universe is an infinite source of supply, and I am tapped into that, accomplishing even more than I need. I always create and manifest more in my life than is needed. I always have an abundance. Start to shift those, just that thinking, that vibe into that. Little words like that. Start there and start to see just what do you got to lose, right? What do you got to lose? Okay. Miss Cherry says, I sever those ties too. I'm telling you, everyone, do it. Use it. Today's the day. Like, sever those ties. Set that intention. We are not locked into this. This is old belief system. Believe me, I came out of poverty too. I was raised in poverty. And the lack mentality was very much there. And this is how spirit and the angels worked with me to switch this around, right? This is why we talk about and teach about this today now. I know to my core, it's part of my life mission to help us all understand that it's our divine birthright to be living in prosperity. Every one of us. But we have to start by first understanding that it's our birthright and then we deserve it. And we have to start by looking at our words and our language and our vibes and how we view things and changing our beliefs. That's why we do the mind, body, and soul every day. We look at our thought patterns every day. Just like that, that's why it's important to look at your thought pattern, right? Because if we're constantly thinking, if all we're ever feeding is all I can accomplish is my goal. All I can accomplish is barely getting by. All I can accomplish is barely getting by. You're feeding that energy to the universe, and the universe is saying, you're a master manifester. Guess what? That's exactly what we're going to give you. You're always going to get exactly what you need to get by. as we change this, it might take a minute, right? The unseen creating the scene. We have to really, to our core, change this belief within us. The realities, doors start opening, things start shifting. It's there waiting for you, sweetheart. It's there. Your prosperity is waiting for you. So, okay, again, I did it again. I get a lot of messages, but the camera's shy, so I talk a lot in the comments. You know, sweetheart, and that's okay. Coming into where you're comfortable, my Miss Kelly Jones. I know we're going to get you on the camera one day. I know we will. But when the time is right, when you're ready to step into it, when your seed's ready to sprout out, that seed is planted. It's there. It's germinating. It's, it's doing its thing. We don't have to dig it up and look, right? If we plant a seed, we don't go back and re-dig it up and make sure, oh gosh, is it doing its thing? It is. It's doing its thing. And when it's ready, you'll pop right on up. You'll pop up. Okay, Archangel Michael, we are 3 minutes over. I did it. I was so on target and then I went off, but we're going to pull from Archangel Michael because he's the powerhouse today, man. He's really coming forward. Sever those ties, man. Sever them. Come into the group meditation if you can join us tonight. It is $11. If that is an issue, I'm all about trading, exchanging, talk to me, message me. I will never turn away anybody for financial reasons. I do charge because you're worth it. And when we invest in ourselves, we take it to heart. We take it as an investment, and it's time for us to start investing in ourselves. But I also understand circumstances happen. You might not be right now. Maybe next week you're going to have the $11, or maybe next month, or maybe you right now don't, but you can, send me a picture or draw me a picture, or you're an artist, or you got some jewelry or whatever, things like that. I'm always about exchange, guys. So don't let that hold you back. Or once again, you can just call on Michael on your own too, doing this work, which I highly recommend to do. That I'm always like, go do it, but the powers together is great. All right. So Michael's coming in with write about your thoughts and feelings. So I know, Snoopy, I hear you. 1 minute, baby. One more minute. I'm almost done. Can't even get any more clear than that, right? Use this full moon energy we talked about at the beginning of the show. Write down the stuff you're ready to release. Write it down. Let it go. Give it to the universe. Ask Archangel Michael to come in with his amazing sword, sever those cords, sever those ties, using his shield to wrap you in that golden or beautiful cobalt energy to help release, help to bring in the positive energy, refilling with the positive energy. And here's a prayer even that says, thank you for helping me tap into my God-given creativity and wisdom so I clearly express myself and glean insight, blessings, and healing. From Archangel Michael. Oh, yes, Cherry, I sent you, sweetheart. Cherry, I sent you an email. You should have got the link in your email. Make sure that you did. Let me know if you didn't. I did sign you up. You should have an email with the confirmation. Check your email. I also have one other person I need to check that for. If there's anybody else, also just let me know. Like I said, message me if it's something that is an issue and you want. We can. If you need me to work with you on the fee, I can do that. Otherwise, if you'd like to join us, Earth Angels, Heaven Sent. I sent it yesterday, Cherry, to the email address that you gave me. You should have an email and it says booking confirmation from Earth Angels Heaven Sent, and it should have the link in there. I'll double check though, or I'll resend it for you and message you here. I got to take Snoop Dogg out. He has got to go so bad. So I love you guys. If you would like to join, yes, I can post it. It is, can you post the card message, please? Yes, the prayer. Okay, guys, I love you. I got to get off of here. I got to take Snoop Dogg. Actually, let me just start this. Hang on. This is what I'm going to do. Oh, he jumped down. Anyway, I didn't want him to jump. Hang on, baby. All right, I love you guys. Stress reduction and relaxation that also promotes healing. It is based on the idea that the unseen life force energy flows through us and is what causes us to be alive. If one's life force energy is low, then we are more likely to get sick or feel stressed. And if it is high, we are more capable of being happy and healthy. Reiki is a simple, natural, and safe method of healing and self-improvement that anyone can use. It has been effective in helping virtually every known illness, and it always creates a beneficial effect. Reiki works in conjunction with all other medical or therapeutical techniques to relieve side effects and promote recovery. And because Reiki is all about the energy, it can be done at a distance, allowing you to enjoy a nice, relaxing session safely in the comfort of your own home. Schedule your in-person or distance session today. I look forward to working with you soon. Namaste. Okay, guys, I do believe I got them all pinned in the comments there. So if you would like to join tonight's meditation, that is pinned in the comments. If you're over in TikTok and you want to join, you do have to sign up to get the Zoom link. So you come into the services, scroll down to meditations, and you will see where it says meditation, cord cutting meditation with Archangel Michael. Click there and check out, and you'll get the email. Put the email address in and you will get the link to join us. Tonight at 6 p.m. we start. I usually give about 5 minutes for people to get in. I open the doors about 10 minutes early. So about 5:50, about 5:50, 5:55, I open the doors so that people can come in and join. But I do honor everybody's time and energy. Usually this is about a 30, 45-minute meditation with Michael, with the group. It kind of depends on how many of us there are and then the energies, the way that goes. But so kind of prepare for that. You can share after if you want to. It's not a have to, but if anybody wants to hang out and share, or you can just be ready to, sign off as soon as we're done and chill out. I do not request. I recommend, if you are joining for tonight's meditation, that if you can, just write down some of the things ahead of time that you're ready to release. This isn't required. It's not a have to. Michael knows what needs to be released and let go of. That's the beautiful thing. But to work within ourselves in this consciousness, it just kind of helps to assist ourselves with the letting go and just really visualizing where we're at, where we're coming from, and things that we're consciously letting go of. So take that time to do the writing that Michael talked about. Take the time to write these things out that you want to let go of. Some of the seeds that you're wanting to plant in the place of the love, the joy, the peace, the harmony. These are things that I'm all about replacing when I release things, the feelings of things we want. So I recommend you do that work a little bit if you want before the meeting. And then 6:05, I close the doors. Once the door is closed, it's closed. I am in the meditation. I don't let anybody, I'm in charge of who comes in and out of the room, and I am not occupied. I no longer pay attention. So I don't let anybody in or out of, well, you can go out of the room anytime you want, but you can't come in. So FYI, make sure that you're there on time. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to post about my Reiki experience once the 21 days is done. Yay! I hope that you're really. I can't wait to hear about it. I'd love to touch bases with you a little more too, sweetie. We need to chat because I just want to chat. I love chatting with you. All right, guys. Lots of love and light. I am signing off now. I will talk to you tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have a good day.